I was born with visual impairment, that's sight challenge, and some people can also call it blindness.
Many people will be thinking I'm inside fire. I have to tell you that God is with us inside. So the fire that you are thinking is not fire, it's AC.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
My name is Oladele Ademola.
My name is Yemi Ademola.
Actually, we have been married for 10 years now. The truth is that for these 10 years, I had no cause to regret. When God sends a man on a journey, he gives him full backing. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 9 said, "The wife I give you is your only reward in this meaningless life." Anybody that see me outside and they will say, hey, this brother, how is this brother coping? This brother will be the one to be bathing the children. This brother will be the one to be cooking. This brother will be the one to be even bathing the wife. The truth is that all these things, I'm doing none of them. My wife is not a liability to me. My wife is a help that meets my need. Now, I'm saying it today, my wife cooks for us to eat. I enjoy our meal. If you want to come and partake with us, yeah, you are free to come. My wife baths the children, except I want to help. My wife sweeps the compound, except I want to help. She washes the clothes of the children. She washes my clothes, except I say, let me help you. So we complement one another.
I was born with visual impairment, that's sight challenge, and some people can also call it blindness. What I can remember now is that my mother used to take me to hospitals. We were visiting, going from one hospital to another. I just grew up as a child that we used to visit hospital. My mother would take me around almost every two weeks, sometimes every week. Sometimes she would be crying. They tried taking me around with my father, but unfortunately they couldn't find medical solution to it until one time that my mother schooled in a university, that's Obafemi Awolowo University, with a visually impaired man, I mean a blind man. That was her first encounter with a blind man. So she observed him and she discovered that a blind person or a visually impaired person can still make it. Then I was attending the normal school, which, schools that the teachers don't know how to handle visually impaired people. I wasn't performing well because I couldn't see the board. I was just following, I was repeating like that because she didn't know and they didn't know, including my father. They actually educated, but they don't know anything about disability or how a visually impaired person can go to school. So I kept struggling. So until when she, after observing that blind man, our classmates, she eventually opened up to the man that she has a visually impaired child, that she started receiving counsel and advice from the man. So it was the man that now directed her to a special school where I can be taken to, where I can be trained and life can be better. That was how she took the challenge, came back home, discussed with my father, and I was actually eventually taken to a special school where I was able to be trained.
I met my wife in the university. The first time I sighted her, I was in a 200 level. That time, we're in the fellowship. So when I was a student, we belonged to the Fellowship of Christian Students in University of Jos. When we go to fellowship, I will see her. She was one of the choir. So anytime I visit the, the fellowship, I just noticed that my mind was not always at rest if I don't see her in the midst of the people. The first thing that my wife told me at that time when we were schooling, when I proposed, my wife said something. She said, she's not desperate for a sighted man, somebody who can see. What she wants is the will of God for her life. So she said, if the will of God for my life is a blind person like me, so be it, provided there will be peace in the home. The challenge now is that the people around us, I had a friend one day, at that time, my secondary school mate, we were in the university together. When I told this guy about it, the guy said, "What? Something must be wrong with you. As big as the University of Jos is, you didn't see anyone. It's somebody who cannot see that you see. If I say this one will discourage me." Even in the fellowship at that time, people will just be talking behind. This brother just wants to deceive this sister. This brother just wants to disappoint, want to take advantage of this sister. All those kind of side talk. So it got to a level I got so discouraged, because it seems that people are not seeing what I was seeing, but I had peace in my heart. I asked myself all these questions. I said, no, if this is the plan of God for me, I have trusted Him in the time past, He didn't fail. Then if this is what we will do and face this thing to the end, and we avert many sorrows in the future, it is better. And God, but He can be mysterious in His ways. Do you understand? The first person I think I will say that supported me in this journey was my mother. Then along the line, my father did. The siblings did, even though it may not be even from the inside, but since it's your choice, so be it. Another challenge that we had again was the pastor. Our home pastor. The pastor was afraid. The man said we should go back and go and pray. Go and pray. We should not talk for 2 weeks. Go and pray very well.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of the parents' issue. You understand? That even there was a time, I know that the people that can see their parents are having issue. Not to talk of the people that, two people coming together, one can see, one cannot see. We don't want issue in this church. We are tired of settling quarrel. Because of that, the pastor might discouraged us. And so many discouragement here and there.
The pastor is referring to is my pastor back at home when I was single. Yes, and the man was actually afraid of. I think they had an issue with a couple before us, that the man is from the north and the wife is from the south. And because of the parents didn't want them to marry, didn't want the lady to marry a northern man, and it led to a serious issue. Those ones are seen; they have the two eyes well opened, but because of tribal issue. So I think the man was afraid of this one, that hey, this one is disability issue. It will be more than that one. My husband may not be rich for now, because I believe that money is still coming. He may not have all, but the truth is that he's a peaceful man. I'm not saying this because he's here, but that's just the truth. My marriage is peaceful. I have rest. I don't have any cause to worry. If I go out, I'm always happy to come back home. If I want to go out, I'm even missing home already. So he's a peaceful man. That's just the truth. And thank God for God in his life. He's also God-fearing, and he has vision, which God is helping us to follow, and we are working together. He's a husband indeed. He's a man, father to the children, father to me first, and to the children. This is not to say that he's perfect, and I'm not also perfect. We have our weaknesses, physically challenged or non-physically challenged. Marriage is not something that you can work on your own. You can't just do it alone. You just need God to help you. We disagree several times, and we eventually agree, and things are going on well. I can say that I have a peaceful home, and I'm married to a peaceful man.
There was a day my father called me and sat me down. My father said, "This decision you are taking, I am not happy with it. I just have to be sincere with you. But because you are a child that have chose the way of the Lord, and you say it's Jesus you say you want to serve, and we can see that Jesus we can see the results in you, and you are a child that has never given me problem. Because of that, I don't want to give you problem. If not, I would have said no to this. But whatsoever you see in this marriage is your own. Whatsoever that you see is your own. Don't come back after this marriage and tell me you are not doing again. I will never accept it. Today, 10 years.
Okay, somebody has even asked, how do you cope when your husband is not around? I said, was I not existing before I met him?
Many people will be thinking I'm inside fire. I have to tell you that God is with us inside. So the fire that you are thinking is not fire, it's AC. Because God is the foundation of the home. God can be very foolish. That's just the truth. He is foolish in his ways, but the foolishness of God is more than the wisdom of man. If God is telling you this is the way, walk in it and you will find rest for your soul. Don't say no, I won't. So that it will not look as if maybe the family of my wife, they are very rich. And because of that riches, I decided to accept so that I can collect money, Now lie. The truth is that the family, they are not rich. So I didn't see money. Do you understand? I saw God. So it was God that I saw. And the truth is that God helped me. So I will always say that if God should allow me myself to take decision, I will fail. But because he has a plan for our lives, he's taking us somewhere. So he helped our hearts to come together. He did it by himself. If you allow me, I will not marry her. The Ademola of those days will not marry a visually impaired person. But because the Ademola was arrested by God for his own life to be better in the future, so he showed me mercy. And that's why we are together. No money. As you can see us now, it's not that you came here, you see fleet of cars. No. So we are here, we are drinking our gari in love. We are eating our food without meat in love. We are glorifying God in everything. And we are moving on, believing that better days are ahead.
That time when he was talking about us meeting in FCS, I wasn't even wearing good clothes that time.
Yeah.
I'm sure I wasn't beautiful. That's just the truth. But I remember he was the one that would tell me, this your cap is looking somehow. I think you should change this cap. This your skirt is getting old though. These old slippers that you are wearing, sometimes you will say jokingly, this your old mama slippers. I wasn't dressing well. I wasn't fine. I wasn't beautiful. Sometimes at that time, maybe on my birthday, I remember if the first gift he bought for me was a shoe. When he saw that I wasn't wearing good shoe, on my birthday he bought shoe. There were times he bought me skirts. He bought me that cap that I was complaining about. He bought it for me. So it's not as if I was having money or I was beautiful or I was having anything.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.